Thank you for joining me today. My name is Jeremy Prichard. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for Trindocs. And I'm very happy to talk to you about AP automation as unique as you with GP integrations. Trindocs provides payment, payables, requisition, any kind of automation solution that you want from procure to pay, we can help you out with. Today, we're going to talk about AP automation. And what we're going to do is give you 10 reasons to consider why you might want to upgrade beyond the functionality with Dynamics GP and go with something that's more of a tailored solution. So to do that, we're just going to go into our top 10 list, very quickly going through PowerPoint and hopping into the solution itself to show you kind of a day in the life of a Trindocs user. But first of all, reason number one, you might want to consider automation solutions beyond Dynamics. Flexibility. Trindocs tailor solutions per your rules, per your policies, per your procedures. How do you want to handle different things along the way? What do you want to call different things along the way? We tailor solutions to you and your business needs. Reason number two, unique vendor setup. Maybe you want to handle freight and taxes and variances differently in different circumstances. Maybe your largest vendors you want to treat one way, and the person that you get one invoice a year from, maybe you want to treat a different way. You can do that and have unique vendor setup within Trindocs. Reason number three, PO matching. Now this one, I wish they could all be reason number one, but you couldn't have a top 10 list if everything was reason number one. PO matching is a really big deal though. Trindocs does three-way matching for you, and when we find those three-way matches, we create automatic payable transactions for you, hands-free. You don't have to do anything. And you might say, well, what happens when you don't find a three-way match? Well, what do you want to have happen? Because that's what's going to happen. Do you want to have things sent back to where they came from? Do you want to have them always escalated to a manager? Whatever the rules are that you want to have in place, we'll make sure that that happens. But again, when we do find a three-way match, we're pushing things through automatically for you, totally hands-free. Trindocs creates payables transactions because Trindocs does PO matching. Reason number four, we give you the ability to minimize costly ERP licenses. You can manage data in GP with reduced licensing needs because you can work within Trindocs to do that. Trindocs is a tool that lets you get information into and out of GP. It's a two-way street, and we're synced extremely tightly, even with nightly updates. But the point here is you can minimize your costly ERP licensing without losing any functionality whatsoever, and in fact, by gaining a lot of functionality. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Reason number five, free and unlimited transactions. There are no per transaction costs. There are no per transaction fees. So whether you're doing 1,000 documents a month or 10,000 or 100,000, it doesn't matter. As your volume increases, your price stays the same. So if you pay one price for the solution at certain volume and your volume increases, well, so does your ROI. That's really what Trindocs is built to do, increase efficiencies and deliver bottom line ROI. Reason number six, unlimited documents, unlimited workflows with or without integration into GP. We have obviously very tight integrations. We can do PO matching. We can create the payables transactions for you, but you don't have to just be integrated into GP. A lot of clients do contract management. They do HR onboarding. They do probably 40 different back office solutions could be done with Trindocs because at the heart, we do two things very, very well. One, we're a workflow automation solution. And two, we're an electronic document management solution. So if you put those two things together, workflow automation plus electronic document management, you get rid of lots and lots of paper. You have searches that are actually easy instead of digging through 7.5 years of hard copy file cabinets. Now things are at your fingertips. Unlimited documents, unlimited workflows. Reason number seven, documents are stored outside your ERP. You don't pay for storage. like you would if documents are stored in GP, but you still have instant access to them with a click of a button. We can even put buttons in your GP environment. So if you want to see a document from maybe you're working in GP with one click, now you're working in Trindocs on that very document that you wanted to see. Documents are stored outside the ERP, so you don't have to pay for them. Reason number 8, highly configurable installations, whether that's on-premise or in the cloud, and whether that's GP or Business Central or whatever other system you might have. Obviously, we're a Microsoft Gold partner, and so we're very strong in all things Microsoft, specifically GP. That's where most of our integrations are at. But we're also very strong in Nav, and we're the very first AP automation solution for Business Central on AppSource. So we can do lots of things for you. Even in some cases, we've built solutions upon homegrown financial systems. So very highly configurable, on-prem plus cloud hosted. Reason number 9, free service and support. Free is a good word, but it's not the best word. Best in class is what we all have to offer with free and unlimited support. I just looked, and our clients have rated us 4.8 out of 5 stars for satisfaction in our service and support, and that's really, really good, and we're proud of that. We have a saying around our office, which if you listen to me closely, you're going to think, oh man, this guy's crazy. The saying is, we don't care about customer satisfaction. Now, if you stopped right there and that's all you said, I would agree with you. This guy's crazy, but we don't stop there. We say that we don't care about customer satisfaction because we don't want to stop right there. We want to make AP happy. We don't just want to satisfy you. We don't just want to satisfy our customers. We want to go beyond that to actually make them happy and delight them. So best in class service and support is how we do that. Reason number 10. From here, we're going to move on into the solution itself, but we are a Microsoft Gold partner. No one has tighter integrations. No one has more seamless integrations with GP than Trindocs offers you, and that's because we're a Microsoft Gold partner. We work with all of the big name players and a lot of the smaller ones too. If you want more information, our team is as flexible as our solutions. We would love to speak with you. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing. Feel free to reach out to me, whether that's on email or LinkedIn, our social media. However you would like to get in touch with me, I would love to connect. I would love to help plug you in with our team and talk more about your business needs. Talk more about the things that you're struggling with. What is your current state? What is your desired state? And can we be a tool to help you bridge that gap? We would love to do that. Again, Trindocs AP automation, as unique as you. Now, from here, we're going to hop into the solution itself and actually show you what Trindocs looks like. And Trindocs is web-based, so no matter how you get here, you're always going to have access, whether you're on your mobile phone at the beach, whether you're in your office late at night, whether in your home office or even, heaven forbid, we should work on vacation. Sometimes it happens. However you need to get the information, you can do that. And you can log in with Microsoft OAuth 2. Whenever you get in here, you're going to see an inbox. Every Trindocs user has an inbox. And maybe today you have a paper process. There's a physical inbox sitting on the corner of your desk, and people come and they just put paper into it. Well, with Trindocs, we eliminate paper. We're going to take you paperless. We're going to increase your visibility, but you're still going to have an inbox. So it's going to look like this. In my inbox, you can see there are 5 things in my queue. These are items that I need to take action on. So there are 2 coming from the BC AP invoice workflow. There's 1 from GP, 1 from the payables in GP, and another one from Trendforms. So I've got 5 things in my inbox I need to take a look at. When I click on them, I can see certain information, which again, you get to see and you get to choose what you see. Maybe you want to see things differently than I do. Maybe you're interested in a different view than your boss is. Whatever the case, you get to determine what are the fields that we see and what are the ones that we don't see. So you can see how quickly and easily that can be done. But when you click on a document, and by the way, every document gets its own unique document ID, and we're going to do a good job of stopping duplicates for you too, which also helps with your audit trail. When you click on a document, you're going to see I did not key in information, but information exists. Bingo, that's exactly what we want to have happen. Since we're so tightly tied with GP, we're going to make sure that vendor names exist in GP before they get populated in Trindocs. And we're going to make sure invoices exist in GP before you see them in Trindocs and so on. And so we have a very, very high degree of confidence that this information, which nobody manually keyed, this information is correct. So you get to determine the header level information, the things that are important to you that you're going to want to search on. You get to choose that. You also get to choose the bottom level information, whether you talk in terms of GLs or budget codes or cost centers, whatever your verb terminology is, that's what we're going to call things too. We can even do auto coding for you. Now, if you have 1 or 2 lines of code and you just want to add in things here, you can easily do that. You can easily take them away. Or if you're coding 10 lines of code or more than that, we have a function that allows you to import data from Excel, drop it into here straight from Excel, copy and paste, and we'll auto code that for you, which is a big, big deal if you have a lot of lines of code. Now, this document only has 2 lines on it, and you can see how we're pulling them in. But whether you have 2 lines or 200 or whatever the case is, we're going to pull in all that information for you, eliminate manual data entry, and help make your day a lot more efficient, a lot more value added. So it's very simple. Thumbs up means I approve it. Thumbs down means I don't. If I want to save it, I can do that. If I want to go and look at it, the next document, I can do that. If I want to add an attachment, we're looking at an invoice. If I want to add a packing slip or something else, I can do that. If I want to download a PDF of the document, I can do that. And now I can email that or whatever the case might be. If I want to manually assign this to a different user, again, my name is Jeremy Prichard. Now it's in my workflow, but you know what? I want somebody else on my team to take a look at it. I want none other than Mr. George Washington to look at it. Now, when I do that, that document is in George Washington's queue, and he's going to get an email that says, Mr. Washington, you have an invoice to look at. From his phone, if he's looking at email on his phone, he can approve that invoice. From his phone, if he wants to see more than just the front page of an invoice, he can do that. We have a hyperlink within each email. So beyond just approving or not approving, he can go in, he can add notes. He can go in and see the coding. He can go in and see all the pages if he wants to. But that's how you can manually assign a document. Now, of course, our goal is to automate those things for you. So we'll work with you very closely to understand what is your approval process. Do you have a matrix approval process where certain vendors go to certain people, certain approval dollars kick in? What do you want to have happen? That's what we'll build in. On top of that, if you want to add in manual approvals along the way and have different people do things, you can do that too, just like we did here. Now, as I mentioned, every document gets its own unique document number, which means we have very good audit trails information. We have very good system notes. You can see where things are at, when they've been there, who's sitting on it, information, anything that you want to see. And you can even, if you want to, have your auditors come into Trindocs for free. So instead of your team searching for documents, maybe you have an auditor that wants to look at documents. Let's say they want to look at, what did check number 209 pay? Well, you just type in the information you're looking for. Check number 209 actually is tied to 4 different documents. Well, let's look and see what they are. Okay, here are the 4, and they're all waiting for approval. So here's that check number. We were searching 209, and I see that it's going to pay invoice 8228. But it's related to 3 other invoices. It's related to invoice 8080. There's that same check number. It's related to invoice number 7767. Again, there's that check number. And it's related to invoice number 8471. All 4 documents with the same check number. I'm from Kentucky. I'm used to holding up 3s. Sorry about that. But 4 documents is what we have here. At any rate, with one click, you can download the related document packet. And now, Mr. Auditor, Mrs. Auditor, here's the information that you were looking for. We paid for these 4 invoices with check number 209. So another thing that you can do, let's say that you're looking for everything that had to do with a certain vendor. You can search for a vendor. Now, I typed in a trave, which is partial name for a travel company, but that's the vendor that I'm looking for, a travel company. Now, with one click, I can export that to Excel. Our export's very clean. It's just a straight CSV file. So if you want to drop this into Access or Excel and do your pivot table, whatever kind of Ninja Excel work you want to do, you can do that. And then it's also a hyperlink. So column A is going to take you right back into Trindocs on that very document that you're looking at. So our export function is very handy, very user-friendly too. So that's a quick overview of Trindocs. I also want to show you Trend Forms. Now, Trend Forms, just like Trindocs is web-based, this is a solution where whether you're in the front office, whether you're in the field, you can create your own purchase requisitions, and you can get them tied tightly into GP using Trindocs too. Again, however you get into Trend Forms, here's what you're going to see. You're going to be able to create documents with one click of a button, and we're going to eliminate a lot of manual data entry for you. Now, you can see I have 5 documents in my inbox. I have 7 documents that I've created that are pending somebody else's approval. I have a completed list that I can look at. I can search. But with one click, I click on New Form, and it's very easy to do. I didn't manually type in this information, but it's all there. We can even tie in tightly to GP so that, if I want to type an A, all the vendors that begin with an A, there's 4 or 5 here. Now, if I keep going, type an AT, there's only one vendor that begins with that. It's a travel company. That's who I'm looking for. We're going to take a nice trip here soon. So once I click on that, you can see there's even more information that I did not key that is automatically populated for me. We can build in scripting language into the purchase date if you want, so that the purchase date always equals the date a new form was created. Anytime you see an asterisk, that's a required field. So I'm going to type in a job number, and now we're going to start working on the lines. Line 1, I want to buy a map. There are 10 people going on this trip, and we're going to buy some maps. They're $5 a piece. And so you can see I did not key in the information, but it auto-calculated for me, whether that's addition, subtraction, multiplying, dividing, whatever you want the auto calcs to be, you can control them, whether that's at the line level or the form level. So let's say I'm going to add something else here. And this time I want to add a flashlight. Again, trying to minimize a manual data entry, eliminate that for you. Unit cost on flashlights, not $10. Let's say we're getting good flashlights and they're $25. So you can see 250 plus 50, well, that equals $300. So we're saving you manual data entry steps, which means we're saving you time. If you want to add some fancy water bottles, let's say, you can do that. And let's say they're really fancy water bottles. We're going to get 10 of them, and they're $100 a piece, and they're gold-plated. Oh, the boss just walked by. He said, no more fancy water bottles. Take them off. No problem. With one click, we eliminate them. So here we have what we want, maps and flashlights. Now, let's say that you want different GLs to be used for different things. Maybe you want the flashlights hitting one person's budget, and you want the water bottles, whatever we had in there, hitting different lines. You can do that. You can have it all hit one GL. You can have it split however you'd like. The key here is that people are coding for you. So before documents ever come into AP, you've got the right GLs on there, because the people that are ordering them, they're using their own budgets and they're putting things where they want to be. You can attach, maybe you have a proposal that you need to attach. Well, you can file import that, and you can add comments. And comments can be internal only, just for your organization, or they can be external. When they're external, that requires an additional click to make sure that they're external. But when you do add a comment, they're name stamped and date stamped, so everything is right there for your audit trail. Same way with approvals. Now, once we're done here with one click, we submit this Now that document that we just created is in our pending box here. I'm working on Friday, the 11th of February to get ready for DynamicsCon. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And Form ID 1035 is what we just created. Again, unique document IDs for your audit trails. Well, that's in my pending box, waiting Mr. Lincoln's approval. So I'm going to hop in as an alias user. You can actually determine who you work for and who you work with. Not anybody can do that in your organization, but you can create alias users, and for demo purposes, that's very helpful. So now I'm active user Mr. Lincoln, and in my inbox is that form that we're looking for here, form number 1035, just created on the 11th. There's my note, happy DynamicsCon. So with one click, I can approve or reject or call timeout. Now that document is actually back over with the admin. You control the workflows. In this one, we had a very simple workflow just to illustrate what we're doing. But there it is, document 1035, happy DynamicsCon. There's my maps, there's my flashlights. I'm going to approve that. Okay, let's say we had a great time. We went on a camping trip. Now, next summer rolls around and we want to do it all over again. Well, now I can go into my completed documents. I can find that document that we just looked at, open it up, and then with one click, I can copy that to a new form, which means I didn't do any manual data entry, but I have all that same information. Let's say last year's trip was so successful that we're doubling the amount of people that were on the trip this time around. So, of course, inflation has struck us, and so pricing has gone up just a tick. And so you can see everything auto-calculates for you. Again, with one click, we're back into the workflow. We can have line-level approvals built in. We can have line-level rules and flags built in, whatever you want to have happen. Now, once you create those requisitions, of course, they're in Trindocs. So the Trend Forms requisition workflow, you'll be able to see where things are at. And we're going to pull in information so you can see the purchase order itself. You can see all the information that we keyed, lots and lots of different things. And of course, it's all very tightly integrated with your GP or whatever your existing financial system might be, extremely tight ERP integrations. You can see, I believe, how effective and how efficient AP automation can be for you, whether it's requisitions, payables, payments, the entire procure to pay transaction we can help you automate. And we do that with extremely tight integration into GP because we're a Microsoft Gold partner. We already went through the 10 reasons. We're not going to rehash that. I'll simply leave you with my contact information. Bid you farewell for a good day and a great DynamicsCon event. And I want to give a special shout out to the Dynamics user group community for the opportunity to present here. This is a fantastic event, a phenomenal community, and I really, really appreciate the support and the invitation to do so. So thank you all so much. If there's a way that we can help you, we would love to. Thanks. Have a great event. All right. Happy Tuesday, everyone. What a great DynamicsCon event we've had so far. Thank you for taking a few moments to join this session. I'd like to play just a brief video that's hot off the presses, actually just finalized in the wee hours of the morning, and give you just a quick 2-minute overview of some of the things that make us unique from the competition. There's been some comments in the chat about that, and obviously we're in a very tightly contested area. We have a lot of very worthy competitors, and we want to show you some things that make us stand out. So with no further ado, here's that video. Trindocs is an AP automation solution. Our tagline is automation as unique as you. We live that and breathe that. We deliver the tightest integrations possible for Microsoft solutions, whether that's NAV, GP, or Business Central.
But Trindocs does not just work with Microsoft Dynamics. We work with SAP, EBS, Softbase, and many more. Trindocs can eliminate paper and can implement your internal business processes from beginning to end.
We exist to help companies do two things: to operate more efficiently and to grow. We do that by bringing enterprise-class solutions to the mid-market. Enterprise-sized organizations have big budgets and big IT teams. But what we found is that smaller companies, mid-market companies, they don't have the same budget, much less the same IT staff. But often, they have the same needs. That's where we come in.
When you choose Trindocs, you are working with a group of passionate people. We are experts in many different industries, and we are here to help you automate your process.
What we have found is that even though 80 to 90% of the process might be the same from company to company, every organization we work with has something unique. And often it's that unique feature or unique business rule that really differentiates them, that enables them to grow. Plus, that unique feature often applies to the vendor that has the most volume. By doing this process, we're able to create unique automation that applies to the large volume vendors and enables the regular transactions to be streamlined from the beginning. That's the Trindocs process.
At Trindocs, we would love to hear from you. 3 questions we're going to ask you when we speak. 1, where are you now? Can you tell us about your current processes, the pain points that you have? 2, where do you want to be? Describe for us the ideal situation for your department. And 3, can Trindocs be a tool to help you bridge that gap? Call us and let's find out.
All right. So again, I want to thank you for your time today joining us. I want to invite you to reach out and connect, whether that's on LinkedIn or you want to email, however you'd like to get in touch with me. Would feel very delighted to speak with you and learn more about your business. Those 3 questions are the same we ask everyone. What is your current state, and what are the pain points that you're having? What is the goal for your business, and what does success look like? And then, are there opportunities for us to help you bridge that gap? And with that, I see just a few questions in the chat. Try to answer those, and if we don't have time to get to them, then please feel free to reach out afterwards, and we'll address them. So one of the questions I see here: does Trendforms support calculated fields such as calculating gross profit and variance, etc.? Trendforms is very customizable to you. Calculated fields are a part of what we can do. Typically, in that situation, that would be multiplication, division, and so on. So absolutely yes is the answer. You can set fields however you'd like: add, subtract, multiply, divide at the line level, at the form level. It's a very, very user-friendly tool. We had really 3 goals there. One of the goals was to make it easy to use, and we made it for non-financial users in mind. Another goal was to make it easy to spin up. And then the third goal was to make it affordable for the mid-market. So keeping it easy to use and simple, keeping it easy to spin up helps keep it affordable. And I would invite you to check out Trindocs.com to learn more about that requisition tool we call Trendforms. Thank you for that question. Appreciate the good feedback on the video too. We're very happy with that. Very happy. There's a couple of videos that are available on our website. One, I dropped in the link here. It's just a 60-second overview of the top 10 reasons to consider AP automation with Trindocs. The one that I just showed on a screen there is available to you too. And there's others. I believe our time is about over. I don't see any other questions in the chat. Maybe I've overlooked some, but I don't believe so. So with that, I want to thank you again for your time and joining our session, and hope you have a great rest of your DynamicsCon.